Hey Nick,
Hey, buddy.
how we doing?
Oh, we are doing well. How are you?
Not too bad. I was hoping to get some tickets this weekend to go see Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair. I think the 70
Oh
millimeter
yeah,
full
the
cut.
full yeah, cool, the full cut. I'll probably watch it on streaming.
I feel like it's one of those things that I want to see in one of those things you have to see in theater.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I get that.
But I guess I heard that Tarantino is stopping any further screenings of that over in Europe, which is
What?
kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously they use the metric system over in Europe, and as we all know, Tarantino's a foot guy.
Okay, that's not bad.
We don't have it yet. Hello. Take your jacket off, take off your shoes, make yourself comfortable, and welcome to another recording of my favorite podcast that I am a part of. We don't have it yet. I am Wyatt, and this is my cohort, Nick. Say hi, Nick.
Hi, Nick.
Close
I
enough.
don't know if you should tell people to take their shoes. What if they're driving?
I don't care. Get comfy.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, fair enough. I just think, every time I've ever tried to drive with bare feet, things have gone poorly.
Well, I feel like that's a skill issue. Fred Flintstone never had shoes.
Oh God, we're off to an amazing start here, aren't we? How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. It's Monday, so
It
it's
so
it's it's a
is.
Monday.
But at least it's not Wednesday morning, when we're supposed to be releasing this and we're recording it. So,
Well,
look at us, progress.
that was I feel like we did pretty well for being under the gun there. I didn't listen to the episode as I refuse to listen to anything I've ever recorded, but I assume it didn't come out too poorly.
I think it was fine. I'll sample bits and pieces here and there. It's always fun. You mentioned not ever listening to it. It's fun when someone brings up something that you talked about and you're like, did we talk about that? Oh, yeah, I guess I did say that. Because it kind of fades out of my brain as soon as we hit stop record.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I am sure there has been many times since we've started recording that I have either brought up the same story or brought something up in my head going, "Oh man, I wanted to talk about this," and not
Oh, yeah.
realizing that I talked about it a week or two before. But
Pretty much.
that's life.
Yeah.
What have you been up to? We haven't talked in a
Oh,
whole 5 days.
five days since the last recording. Well, you were out of town. I was lonely and sad that I had no one to talk to and bounce my random thoughts off of. No, but we were snowed in all weekend, man. After we got dumped on and then handed the storm over to you on the East Coast, we got an additional 6 inches Friday night going into
Woof.
Saturday, and then a little more Saturday night. So it was. Yeah, a lot more shoveling, a lot more clearing, and staying warm. I fired up the indoor space heater, my little electric fake fireplace down in the basement,
I
and it
saw
had that
that.
it had that wonderful, that first time you turn on the furnace, that smell that
Yeah.
comes out, just that
Yep.
old dusty last year's dust smell. There's something so comforting about it. I love it. So yeah, it was a very chill around the house, snow days type of weekend. I did manage, since I have a dog that's half a husky, who was from Southern California. He found himself out here in the Midwest. He was basically loving life. Fresh powder might be his favorite thing on the face of the planet. So he was taking like 2 hour naps out in the backyard, just lying in the snow. I'm sure there are neighbors that think we're horrible pet owners, but it's where he wants to be. And I say that to tell you this. I am severely damaged, bruised, and broken. No more than my ego, but my body's pretty banged up too. I was letting him out the other morning. I guess it was Saturday morning, and hit the back steps that come down off my patio, and just fully banana peeled. Just, I mean, 100%. Legs,
That sucks.
legs completely vertical. Down comes Nick. Just, I guess I hit a patch of ice. Don't go outside in a foot plus of snow in slippers. I guess that would be my first point of advice. And definitely don't do it when there's a good frozen base layer of snow underneath the new snow. Yeah, I ate shit. It sucked.
I'm sure Bowie ran right over and made sure you were okay.
He did actually. Thank you very much. Now that I think of it, he came over and was like licking my face, so he was making sure that I was okay. As I probably yelled some things into the air that my neighbors with young children didn't appreciate very much.
I'm just picturing you as Charlie Brown going to kick the football
That's
and Lucy
exactly what
pulling.
that is exactly what happened. Yeah, I mean, if you could recall, you were here a month ago or whatever.
Oh
I had
yeah,
my
I can
my
picture
little
it perfectly.
back wooden deck. That's not in the greatest of shape, whatever. And there's just a couple steps that come down into the yard, and yeah, they were covered in ice. And I cannot give you a better visual than Charlie Brown making his way for the football. So yeah, I had fun with that, and I'm pretty cooked up on ibuprofen at the moment. But other than my
Nature's
shoulder and my
miracle.
bruised ego, I'm all right.
Well, as we get older, these things are gonna happen, and
Oh yeah, you think the husky dog gives a shit? He doesn't give a shit. Yeah, besides singing his praises, he did come over and lick me and make sure that I was okay. But as soon as I got inside and took off my snow-covered clothing and took a shower and stuff, he was like, "Are we going back outside? Because you seem fine, so you can still you can throw the ball. You got another arm, Dad. You can throw the ball."
it's true.
Um, so yeah, that was my weekend. And well, you got out of town?
Yeah, we headed up to gosh, I can't remember the name. A very tiny town on basically the Vermont New Hampshire border over on the Vermont side to spend the weekend away from the house. And I know I say that we live in the middle of nowhere out here. I looked back and pointed like you could see out my windows, but the glare from the sun is just glare.
The audience could hear you move away from your mic when you turned, so I think the achieved effect is fine. Yeah.
Perfect. But yeah, we just wanted to kind of get away. So we found a nice little cabin in middle of nowhere, Vermont, and just spent the weekend playing board games, reading books,
Yeah.
and
So you
eating
snow dated up,
snacks.
just
Oh yeah,
outside of the home kind of thing.
yeah. It was kind of nice to just get away because we still haven't unpacked since we've moved in. I mean, we've started and mostly unpacked, but there's
You
still
do it on
boxes
an
and stuff
as
that
needed basis. Yeah.
yeah. And it was just nice to be in a place where there was basically nothing there and we could just exist and
Yeah,
not
you
have
didn't
to
have to look at a pile of
yeah.
stuff and be like, I have to fucking get to that eventually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
none of those
just
little annoyances.
no, we just enjoyed our time and sadly had to come home yesterday afternoon. We stopped and visited a friend that lives in between where we were and
Oh,
home,
cool,
so it was
cool.
kind of nice to see someone we hadn't seen probably in about a year or so. So it
How
was kind
far
of
away
nice
are we
to
talking from you?
about an hour and a half from where I was. I think it was like 100 miles from
Oh,
home.
okay. Yeah.
So not like super far, but
Enough to get
uh,
away from it.
yeah, enough to just go somewhere else. I mean, we didn't do absolutely anything there that we couldn't have done at home, but like I said,
That doesn't
sometimes
matter.
it's just nice to
Yeah.
just be somewhere else that isn't yours.
Did you get
But yeah.
any good movies or books or anything in, or
Oof, I
handheld gaming?
spoiler
Board
alert.
gaming? You said board gaming.
Yeah, board gaming. Spoiler alert, I did not finish my assignment for the week. And to be
Yeah.
fair, it was assigned on Wednesday and I was gone for 3 days, so I didn't really think that one through. But
Oh, my anniversary is more important
yeah,
than my
I
podcast.
know.
Nah.
Uh, I know I need to put work
Line.
first. I get it. I get it. This
Eye of the
podcast
tiger.
comes first. Uh but no, I finished reading a book called The Hunter's Daughter. It was a book
Almost
by
lovely.
a book by
That one snuck in. I'm sorry.
Nicholas Solvanich, I believe is her name. She's
Okay.
actually a friend, or she's actually the wife of one of my online friends. And
Oh, cool.
she had a new book that came out this year, and I was like, well, if I'm going to read that book, I might as well read her first book. I didn't realize that they were a series of books that she's writing, so I guess it's a good thing that I started with the first one.
Mm.
But it was really good. Other than that, I'm reading the third book in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series, which I'm
Nice.
I'm
Matt Dinneman.
super super into. I really hope that you get a chance to get it off your hold list from your library.
I will. I will. I just actually picked up a new book from my hold list from the library, which like just came out recently. Is Cory Doctorow. I don't know if you're familiar with him. I mostly
No.
read nonfiction stuff,
Yeah.
but it's just called Enshittification. So you could
Oh yeah,
probably
you did.
get.
You showed me that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you can probably guess what it's about. Um, so, well, yeah, it's. We're living through the Enshitocene, the great enshittening, a time where the services that matter to us that we rely on are turning into giant piles of shit. It's frustrating, demoralizing, even terrifying. Yeah. So, yeah, Cory Doctorow has been kind of writing about stuff like this in the space for a couple of years now, or at least when I became familiar with him. And super interesting subject matter. I think you would get a kick out of it too. I don't agree with everything he says, but you're not supposed to
If you
necessarily.
agree with if you agree with absolutely everything that someone says, that's probably a clear sign that you are having a cult-like following
Yeah, well,
of
you went
such
to
a
the
person.
seminar, man, so you know. So you'll be able to tell me
Exactly.
if I'm entering the cult of being against the enshittification of products in my life. Yeah.
I will say one thing, at least for me, that has not been touched by enshittification, and I'm going to guess that you would agree with me, and I will harp on this for the rest of my life, is our wonderful library system who provides
Damn
us
right.
with fantastic things. They have not been hit by enshittification. It is.
I would argue that they have in many ways from their funding and support and
Yes,
all sorts of
I
things have gotten
mean,
shittier, and they persevere anyway, which is why they're so fucking awesome.
the government succumbed to
Yeah,
enshittification.
enshittification. Yes.
The libraries themselves have made
Boots on
great
the ground
use of.
librarians are always killing it and shall
I
forever.
I salute our libraries, our librarians, our
Forever and
library
always.
clerks,
You know
our
how I feel.
people that are volunteering for Friends of the Library committees. All those people are doing the work.
Yeah. But well, talking about like games or movies or whatever played over the weekend, I did watch something that was not assigned to me, but I enjoyed. Did you
Oh,
ever see back in the day the movie with Michael Douglas, The War of the Roses?
I have not seen that.
Um, so it's about kind of like outwardly appearing perfect relationships.
I don't know anything about that.
You know, you present well as a couple, and
Yeah,
everybody thinks that everything is completely perfect.
looks like Danny
Um,
DeVito's in it.
it was Danny DeVito. I want to say Glenn Close, but I'm mixing that up with
Kathleen Turner.
it's Kathleen Turner. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh yeah, the Jewel of the Nile crew all back together.
Yep.
That was a great movie, but this was a new take on it with Benedict Cumberbatch
Bird
and
Snatch. Bird Box Bandersnatch.
and it's kind of like a English take on it, I guess. Um, which I actually really enjoyed.
You should have
It's
led with Olivia Colman, not
Olivia
Benedict
Colman, who
Cumberbatch. I don't give a shit
it's
about
from
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Olivia Colman, who from that I absolutely worship her and everything that she's in. She is so versatile and wonderful and just lovable. Yeah, she's great in this. Supporting cast great though too. You have Andy Samberg alongside Kate McKinnon
Yep. Yep.
as their husband and wife as playing like I don't know what best way to describe it, man, but like your average fucking American white people, I guess, just confused and milquetoast and all of the same and overbearing and it's a very funny look at a lot of I don't know the way we are. Um, Now it says Allison Janney is in this, and I remember now that she was for a minute, but like God, maybe like a minute.
Mm.
Um, but anyway, it's fun. It as the original did. It goes from like everything's hunky dory to not, uh, and then escalates from there, kind of thing, until you're kind of at war with one another. It tones that down a bit compared to the original, but it's definitely. I mean, it's satire. It's a dark comedy. I really enjoyed it. Uh, Towards the end, don't know if they totally stuck the landing, but there was enough good stuff in there that I would forgive any misses. But you would definitely enjoy it, I think.
Yeah, I'll have to add that to my
I think it was a
ever-growing list.
Netflix movie. I don't know.
According to this, it looks. I mean, it might have been, but it definitely came out in theaters. Actually,
Oh
it
yeah, there you
said
go.
only in theaters in August, so it was a exclusive theater release.
7.7 million on Labor Day, 4-day Labor Day weekend. So yeah, I'd forgive you for not having heard of this one.
Yeah, wow.
Come and gone.
Oof. I don't know what else opened that weekend, but that's a pretty piss poor showing.
Yeah. It's not great. 65%, which I think that's probably in the pocket, honestly.
I'd say that's my wheelhouse for movies.
B plus cinema score.
Yeah.
Which I'd say is fair. If you like, dry British humor of people shitting on each other, then you should have a good time.
That's kind of my life.
But yeah, I'd recommend it if you have the opportunity. I'm trying to think if anything else was happening this
How
weekend.
are your Baltimore Ravens doing?
They suck. They're hot garbage, and I hate them. And today is Monday. Why does John Harbaugh still have a fucking job? I've been calling this for at least 3 years now that he's got to go, but I think everyone is on the same page now. They need to clean house in the worst way possible. It's not gonna happen. Right now, if we just stay the course, the worst possible thing that could happen to the Baltimore Ravens is that we limp in on a wild card and lose in the first round, and everybody goes, "Eh, well, they made the playoffs, so I guess we'll see what we can do next year. We'll right what's wrong." It's the entire locker room has no respect for Harbaugh. He's a fucking mask-off douchebag. As soon as he came out in the playoffs last year wearing that "How great is our God" bullshit shirt during the press conference, I was like, oh, this fucking asshole is fully taking the mask off. And yeah, I've had it. They're not gelling. They're clearly not in any way. I think defense has turned it around notably, but it's not fun to be a fan of this Baltimore Ravens team. And that's not a knock against Lamar or any single member of the team. That it's entirely down to coaching in front office, and I'm sick of it. And they've taken the entire team and the fan base for granted for way too long. And it's becoming a lot easier to just not be a fan of the NFL in general as days go by. I feel like the product is getting remarkably shittier.
I haven't watched much football over probably the last 5 or 6 years.
Man, there was a time where a bad loss would dictate how I felt like that week. I mean, it was ridiculous. I fully admit that, but it was a big deal and I cared. I just can't make myself give a shit about this team. I just don't, or this league as it stands right now, really. And I think I told you, it was like going into the fourth quarter and my wife had to drop off her car at the shop to get worked on today. And she's like, well, we'll wait until the end of the game. I was like, nah, we can just go now. I'm sure it's fine. We're not going to miss a damn thing. And we missed absolutely nothing.
You missed another Ravens loss.
Yeah, I'm tired of it, like trying to dictate that's my entire Sunday. And that's what you do is just watch the 1 o'clock games and the 3 o'clock games and the Sunday night football game. And no. It's not even worth my time anymore. I swear to God, I'm just yelling at the damn thing and calling the refs crooked bastards and talking about how gambling's ruined all of sports. Anyway, old man rants at clouds.
I'll catch the highlights. Yeah, I'll catch the highlights, and that's about. I kind of think I had someone I was going to mention, but I kind of feel like you're saying that John Harbaugh is your chump of the week.
Oh, no. I would be completely against that, actually. John Harbaugh he's my chump of the last 5 years.
We can allow that.
Yeah, he can suck it. He's my chump of the week every single week when he looks up at the video monitor or the scoreboard, trying to figure out how could there only be that much time left? Huh? I've been in this job for 18 years and I don't understand how to manage the clock. Huh? That's not the way it's supposed to go. Yeah, you know what? John Harbaugh, you could absolutely suck it. You're my chump of the week.
You are my chump of the week.
Chump.
You can hold yours for next week. I'm sorry. You got me going
there. No,
Wyatt.
you know what?
Bringing up my Ravens.
My chump of the week was kind of me looking for someone, and you seemed very passionate this week, so I feel like I could give that to you because I also think this might have been your first, maybe second chump of the week since we started doing this.
Oh
So
yeah, you've had a good run of chumps recently. Well, I couldn't compete with like a group of middle schoolers on a flight causing you to miss a bus, or a literal meth head banging the back of your seat on a plane with his head. Um, but speaking of maybe almost we're gonna be your chump of the week.
I'm
Yeah,
the
we'll get.
chunk of the week. All
Well,
I've eaten
it's
this
gonna be
last
your.
weekend.
We'll start doing a chump, and then we'll do a chunk and sloth of the week for the people that we love. Um, No, Analog came out with their 64 console, and you were probably an early pre-order person, I assume, but we're dealing with never getting the damn thing.
Nope, nope. Analogue is a fantastic company. I appreciate everything they've done. If they would like to send us review units for things that they do, I have nothing bad to say about that company. Yeah,
Oh,
no,
I have
I've.
tons of bad opinions about Analog.
Oh, I know.
I would invite the same thing. Turn me around. Turn me around, Analog. I'm an outside observer. I've never used any of your products. I just don't dig the way you do business. Change my opinion. But I'll let someone who has done business with you tell the story.
Someone who owns every single one of their products
Holy
except for
shit.
the NES.
Wait, all right. So that's
It's only 4 products.
okay, so the
5?
the handheld,
Yeah. The Pocket.
the analog pocket's a handheld, the analog 3D, which is the 64,
Correct, which I just got.
analog Genesis,
The Mega SG, yes.
yeah,
That's 3.
PC Engine,
Yep, that's 4. That's the Duo. Yep.
uh, God, I'm gonna be
One more.
guessing. Is it SNES?
There you go. The
Oh,
Super NT.
there. Oh God, I forgot that was a thing that exists. Gee, you have bought them all. Damn, son.
Yeah. Yep. So I enjoy their product. I understand, and this is one of the areas where you and I differ. Like you love emulation, which is fine. I love emulation as well, but like the point of FPGA of being a picture perfect, blah 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 blah. It's mostly marketing crap. It is and it
No, no,
isn't.
no.
I mean,
I don't have anything against FPGA at all. I just don't totally, I think, understand everything about it. I know what field programmable gate arrays are. Like, I get that. It just, in my head, you reach a certain point where you kind of are emulating anyway. Like, okay,
it's a
so
very weird line. It
yeah.
really is. Like
And with
it is
emulation is
emulation.
well, emulation has gotten to a point where just software emulation has gotten so good
Yes.
that it's I'm not saying it's 1-to-1. Don't get all over me, scary, people with your original system stuff. It's just the difference is somewhat negligible after you factor in all this stuff. But if you are a purist of heart who wants to play on their CRT with the best possible experience you could ever get from your original actual cartridges, Analog is it.
Yes.
Am I correct in saying that? Yeah.
Yeah, they are a premium company. They're
Definitely
not,
premium
yes,
products. Yeah.
they're not built for the masses. Like someone off the shelf, if someone told me that they wanted to get back into playing Nintendo 64, I would literally tell them to just go find a Nintendo 64 used for a decent
Yeah.
price. And yes, it would look like crap hooked up to a modern day TV and you'd have a little bit of lag, but game mode on TVs now eliminates some of that lag and it wouldn't be as good, but for someone that's like I played Mario Kart 64 when I was in high school and I just really want to capture that again.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to notice the difference. It's for people like me who are just the dumb nerds that
Is
just
it really
want
niche
to
anymore,
have
though? I don't know that I would even call analog to be a niche area of
it's
high. They seem pretty major at this point.
they if they could get out of their own way,
Well, right.
they
If they
would
could deliver product.
Yes.
Yeah.
When they first started with the NT Mini, I believe was the Nintendo they did. And then they did the NT Mini Noir, which was a black version of it. And if I remember correctly, those were actually built with real NES internal components, which is part of the reason why those were in. Well, now they do not make them anymore, and you can only get them off eBay secondhand. And
I'd
you're
say,
looking
what
at
does yours work worth these days, kind of thing.
Oh, if I had all of my SNES and my Mega SG, those
They
are
don't make
both.
those anymore, right? Yeah,
No,
those are
those are worth around 350 each right now.
Yowzers.
I'd say give or take maybe 300. The NES, that's worth anywhere between 700 and 1,000. Just
Yowzers.
yeah, I know, and I would never. Nope. My Analog Duo, I'm gonna guess, is somewhat around the price I paid for it. They haven't sold out of it. The PC Engine, Turbo Graphics, Turbo Duo. That was such a niche system that they were never gonna.
Yeah, PC Engine for sure is going to be, especially on this
It,
side of the
yeah,
ocean. But
but that was.
well, help me out because maybe you can explain this better than I can, broad stroking it. Um, emulation's great because I can have my box or Raspberry Pi, my Switch, my Xbox, whatever, modern display, HDMI out, da 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 da. But if I want to play my old SNES and hook it up to a modern television, that's going to require a lot of compromise versus if I have the analog version.
It is built to be 1080p, 1-to-1. It does have, and their big selling point is a lot of the filters, and the filters that they have are great. Like,
well, that's the thing with emulation. I mean, so you get into filters and shaders and all that stuff, and integer scaling and all that stuff.
Yes.
Like, so I guess my question then, this is how much I don't know. If you put a copy of Street Fighter 2 for SNES in your analog and turn it on, is that outputting now at 16:9 to your modern television?
Nope. It can if there are multiple. Chose. Yes. Okay. It will show it 4:3. And then there's integer scaling, integer plus scaling, which will make it still the same 4:3, but fit your space better. You can have it widescreen scale, which any purist would say is sacrilege because a lot of these games are not meant
you're not being stretched. Yeah, yes. I get shit about that all the time when I play like a 1-to-1 scale handheld, and I'm like, yeah, baby, I'm stretching it all out. That's what we're here for on this device. And people are like, that looks like shit. I love it.
And that's like it's personal preference. If it's something like if it works for you, who cares? Like the analog it literally is just for people. It's more, and
my question, I guess, is more. Are you buying it to hook it up to a flat screen TV, or are you buying it to hook up to an old CRT?
Well, so the 3D is just HDMI output.
You can't even do component or composite or anything. Okay.
No. So I bought this. I have an N64, which I've actually kind of donated to the pinball club. Well, long-term loaned. Yeah. And I think I pre-ordered the Analog 3D 2 minutes after they started pre-orders last October, I think, October of 2024.
Yeah, I think it should be mentioned that Analog as a company notoriously overpromises and underdelivers when it comes to new product kind of thing. Yeah, they'll announce something, see that the internet is hyped as hell for it, and then it might come out a year later if you're lucky kind of thing.
Well, they do. I will say 99% of the stuff they say that they are going going to have, it will have it. It's not like
they don't fail to deliver. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's not
timely.
Vaporware.
Yes. Yeah. No. Yeah. Timely. No, it's not the Amico. It's a real thing.
It always comes. Company by any stretch. I don't want to give that to. They seem to do things on their own timetable and kind of how they want to. And I'm not convinced that artificial scarcity isn't in play as well.
Part of it most likely is, which is dumb in the sense that, especially some of these things that have sold. I understand once I'm talking over myself, but I understand like once they create a new product, it makes no sense. Depending on where they're having stuff made, it makes no sense because they have to set up product runs wherever they're doing this stuff.
Right.
So once they do a run, it doesn't make like the Super Nintendo, the Sega Genesis. Once they've done that, it's like we're not going to go back to it because
retool
now
the line and make more of those. Yeah.
It doesn't make sense, and especially I think they did 3 runs, and I'm probably wrong. They did 2 to 4 runs of the NT and the SG, and they came out with the last run, and they specifically said, this is the last run that we're doing for this. And my guess is because they were getting ready to tool up for the Duo. And so I went, you know what? Screw it. The price was, I can't remember what it was. It was expensive, but it was decent. And I'm like, you know what? I want these, and I'm never going to, if I want to get them, like I said, eBay prices, you're looking at probably over $300 or so, which I'm not
Well,
like
you're not going to lose money on any of them at this
no,
point. Yeah.
that was the other thing I looked at is like once I get bored, if I ever get bored of it, I can sell it and at least get my money back. You're never going to lose your money on an analog product.
Right.
I've had a chance. I've screwed around with it for probably 15, 20 minutes today. It's fun. It's an N64 with a little bit of bells and whistles, which, as you've said just previously, some of the bells and whistles are missing that they said it was going to have. But they've also
Promised
said
in
no
a
in a
future
future
update kind of thing.
Yeah. Analog was supposed to deliver this, I think, the beginning of this year, and then it kept getting pushed back because of tariffs, XYZ. They had an excuse for each.
Well, I think that's pretty fair. Yeah.
Yes, that was a fair. Yes,
You're not expecting these to be manufactured in, Arkansas.
No. So it kept getting pushed back, and then they said it was done and it was going to be shipped out in August. And then the time frame came around, they didn't say anything, and then they came out and they're like, we're 99% done with it. We have 1% we need to finish, so we have to push it back. I think it got pushed back to October, and then October came around, and then they said it was coming out in December. Like, it got delayed so many times, and my guess is they finally just bit the bullet and said, we need to get this out. We're going to send out a minimum viable product. It's going to do what it's supposed to do, but, we will patch in stuff later because it had been almost 2 years since it was announced, and it was a year after pre-orders had started. And Analogue is famous for when you pre-order, they take your money at pre-order. You're basically funding the run.
My biggest kind of, I don't love that model, and there are other handheld companies in emulation that do the same thing. What's up, Retroid? Or Ioneo. But yeah, I don't love financing your business's production run. Like, if you're a real company, why are you using a Kickstarter model? It doesn't rub me the right way. That's why you have banks and, are operating a business. But, pass it on to the consumer. That's the way of things as it runs today. So,
and the way I looked at it, or the way I tried to sell it to myself, was it's a year and a half later. That money was long gone. I don't miss it because
I love that. I am so of that.
That was the nice part. Yeah.
Yeah, that money's spent. That's forever ago money. It's
like
when your vacation that you book a year advance comes up, and you're like, oh, it's basically free. I already spent all that.
I've already made that money back.
Yeah.
So there are people, I was following the subreddit for a little while, and you can tell the people that have never dealt with Analogue before, and they're like
first time.
Yeah, literally, because like people
standing on the news kind of thing.
Yeah,
the meme. Yeah.
Basically, they're saying, like, oh, this is a fly by night company. I can't believe they're doing this. They're taking our money and this and that. And other people are like, no, like, yeah, everyone agrees that the way that Analogue does stuff is kind of stupid, but like this is par for the course.
This is how they release stuff. Yeah, you're gonna get your hardware in the mail, kind of thing.
Yeah, and like I said, I played about 20 minutes of it. I tried out Beetle Adventure Racing, which is probably one of my favorite racing games on Nintendo 64. I played a little bit of WWF No Mercy, and then I just did the first couple levels of Star Fox around lunchtime.
Well, let me ask you this about it, because, as I said, I'm quite ignorant to this whole thing, but one of the things that I love most about emulation, especially once you're getting more modern, is the ability to kind of crank up performance on old systems. So, like, I can take one of these handhelds with these crazy Android chips and, play PS2 games at 4x resolution at 60 frames per second, and all of a sudden that 20-year-old game could be released as a remaster yesterday. Can you do that? Can you? Is it smoother? Is it sharper, so to speak?
Yes,
or is
no.
Does it have to be, this is as it was, and that's the way we're going to display it?
You can do it completely original. The 240p, I believe that N64 was.
640 by 480, baby.
Yeah. You can upscale to 4K 60. It does. You can also overclock the original N64 specs.
I was curious about that.
Yeah. So the game, some of the games you used to play, like GoldenEye, that's one I gotta try. I'm gonna pop in my GoldenEye at some point and just fire up 4 players to see how it goes, because everybody remembers loving GoldenEye. It
Yeah, we
was
discussed this when we were talking about Time
yes,
Splitters. Yeah,
like
you played that
it
four.
played at like 8 FPS.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
when you're that was a lot of RAM to go around.
yes,
Or not very
so
much RAM to go around.
yeah,
Excuse
when
me.
I get a
Yeah.
chance, I want to fire up one of those 4-player games and with the overclock going
Yeah.
and see how it does. From what I've read, it does do a pretty good job of like picking up the slack where the original N64
Yeah,
was
I mean,
busting at the seams.
60 would look odd. That would just look completely
Yes,
weird. 30 would even look weird. But if you get it to like, I don't know, 24 frames
I
a
would say
second, from
24.
yeah, from triple, that's pretty
Triples
good.
is best.
Yeah, oh, this we know. Triples is best. Triples is safe. Triples is best. Fuck, I don't have that sound effect. God, I just looked down at the screen to try and click on it.
But yeah, I'm hoping to try it out a little bit more. Obviously, when I have some free time and I'm not just poking at it in between working. Um,
That's my
I
problem with
convinced.
gaming in general, man. Appointment times and sitting down to actually sit down with a game is hard to come by. I'm much better at popping in for 20 minutes.
That's literally what I did with Star Fox. As I had 15 minutes on my lunch break, I was like, I'm just gonna play a few levels of Star Fox
Yeah.
and see how it was.
That's why these
And
handhelds are great for me, man, because I can
yeah,
stream games from my PC or my Xbox or my PS5. So it's like, all right, I have a half hour on the couch sitting here with my kid while he's watching cartoons after dinner. I can chip away at this little piece of something kind of thing.
one thing, and this is more for retro gaming in general and not really analog related, but it was something
Hmm.
I had noticed when I was playing my N64 games. And this is old man Wyatt standing on his box and being like, "You guys remember
Remember
just
when? Pepperidge Farm
unlocks,
remembers?
unlocks, codes,
Yeah.
cheats." Like I was playing WWF No Mercy, and there's a little like quote unquote like microtransaction mall, but it's with money you earn from playing the
Oh
game that you
yeah,
then get to
man.
buy stuff
Yeah, I
in.
miss that.
You
Well, it's
unlock
because you
shit
knew
in
you're,
game.
and it feels good in a way that opening your wallet never could. It's you
No,
had that thing because you achieved something and you know that you're the shit. Like, yeah, the games and like that whole era were great with that, especially the EA games of the early 2000s and the like, and like Sega sports games, like the NFL 2K series. You could actually build
yep,
your own mansion and like
cribs.
fill
Yeah,
it
your
with your
crib. Yep.
fill it with your trophies and all that stuff. That was so cool.
And you can
And
unlock mini games. I think you could play like air hockey. I think there were some arcade
oh
games you
yeah,
could unlock to play in
the
your.
amount of bonus content in like Tiger Woods '05 was absolutely insane, and it's more than they would even have in some ways in DLC for modern sports titles a lot of times now. And it was you got it by doing well in the game and you know doing achievements. They didn't exist at the time, but if break this, you get that.
Yeah.
And now it's just everything is buy season buy.
Season pass. Yep. Ultimate Team. All this. Yeah. My
Uh,
favorite. Talking about 2000s EA Sports games, but I remember Madden 2001, 2002, and maybe 2003, and it might have gone a little bit longer, but they had Madden cards that you would unlock in game.
Yeah, that's
Literally
right.
just like MUT packs. You
Yeah.
would open cards and you would pull Eddie George, and if you pulled a gold Eddie George card, his stats were boosted by like 20%, and it was
And
just like,
now that's pay gotcha.
it, yes,
Is that it was gacha? Gotcha? Am I saying
gacha,
that
I
right?
think.
Gacha mechanics.
Um,
All that shit
but
needs to be made illegal, man. I hate it. And it's slot trainers and gambling training for the kids to get them out of that, and then they're ready to move right into DraftKings as soon as they're old enough.
or they can steal their dad's phone and log into his account and play some bets with, his money.
Yeah. Well, I
Kids
don't
are
have
smart.
an app. I don't have an app.
I'm not
No,
saying
no,
you do. I'm
I know
saying
myself well enough that I could never have that shit. I love gambling, Wyatt, but I know myself well enough that I've never signed up for any of that stuff because it would be way too accessible and way too easy.
yeah, when it first became legal here, I think I gave myself maybe $100 and I was like, this is what I have. If I make money on it, cool. If I don't, I don't. And I probably, in the long run, I think I came out even. I maybe lost like $15. And this was the space of 8 to 10 months of just placing
Right.
smaller bets of
Yeah,
whatever.
and you're a reasonable person who didn't look back at that and go, "Oh, I didn't lose money. I'm good at this. I'm going to start chasing it." And then that's when you get in trouble. But
there was one, I think it was like my last $7. I placed like a 23 leg bet that would have won me like $3,000, and I missed it off one leg, and I was just like, "Oh, that sucks." But like, I don't have. Thankfully, I don't have that addictive gene when it comes to like, oh man, just one more hit.
my buddy's dad took book when I was growing up, so it was always fun to like get an inside look at like
seeing how it really goes.
Yeah, when you're like an 11-year-old kid and he's like, parlays are for suckers. It imprints
they are
on you. Yeah.
Oh God.
So I don't know how the hell we got over to gambling. Well, yeah, I do. But speaking of that, we can go into something that's coming up, which is the Game Awards and Polymarket. Speaking of shitty gambling stuff that should not exist or be legal, let alone having a licensed trading platform, Polymarket has a 94% chance with the current bettors that Expedition 33 will win Game of the Year at the Game Awards this year.
I mean, is it 94% because there are people that are placing long shot bets on one of the other ones? Because it's 100% that Expedition 33 is going to win Game of the Year.
Like, in the hearts of Wyatt. Well, that's the whole thing about Polymarket.
I don't think just the hearts of me.
It's so completely crooked. And I think somebody wrote an article about this, or maybe was posting about it the other day, that like this isn't some like firm who keep the winners in a bank vault kind of thing, like the Oscars, even if that is bullshit. This is like literally Jeff Keighley counting votes that he gets in from the industry people and saying, okay, that's it. So it's completely manipulatable. Like half the shit on Polymarket, if you're an insider, which is why it should be so horrifically illegal. But he could just decide that he wants to put $1 million on a long shot and cash in because he decides who wins. Having said
this is literally like WADA and video game grading.
Total
and
insider
it's
bullshit.
the same incestuous.
We're not accusing the Game Awards of doing this.
No. But it can be done. There's nothing that would
easily manipulated.
There are no checks and balances.
None. So you would bet 94 cents on the dollar. For Claire to win. So for every 94 cents you gamble, if it wins, you would get $1, which is like nothing. You make 7 cents per bet. But if Hollow Knight Silksong wins, you'd win 97 cents on your 3-cent bet.
I think you got that the other way around. You get 6 cents.
They're not using money lines. I'm all fucked up. I've never.
You would basically win 6 cents to every dollar if you bet for Expedition 33. You had it right when you said
correct.
Silksong.
If you lay down $1, you would. No, if it costs you 94 cents.
We don't need to explain betting because we don't want anyone to do it anyways. You're not making any money if you bet on.
No, you would make 7 cents back on your 94-cent outlay, which is not worth doing anything.
The line was literally set so people will bet on something like I guess we might as well say. So the 6 games that are up for Game of the Year are Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Hades 2, Hollow Knight Silksong, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
And besides Silksong, everything's basically at 99 to 1. Odds. Yeah. Death Stranding 2 on the Beach. Really wasn't aware that one came out.
I knew it came out.
Happen?
I just haven't played the first one. I've heard great. I've heard either it's a walking simulator or it's great.
It is, but there's something kind of wonderful about it, and I just wish I had the time to give it that it deserves. I think
that's the problem. Is a Hideo Kojima game, which his games are very lore based.
In 20 minutes, it's not going to happen. What did MGS4 had like a 90-minute intro, unskippable cutscene?
I think Death Stranding 1, I think someone patched together all of the cutscenes in the game, so you could basically just watch
it like
the
a movie.
Game.
Yeah.
I believe it was over 3 hours. Like you were.
Oh, that's actually lower than I might have guessed.
And it might be more than that because this was a while ago. I think I read an article about it. But yeah, his games, it's kind of like not as bad as the Yakuza games, but like you're going to be watching a lot of cutscenes.
Yeah. Well, I can at least say for the first Death Stranding that not quite as much zaniness as the Yakuza games, but there was some great comedy writing in some of those bits. Honestly, there's some good parts. Conan is in it.
Is he?
Conan O'Brien is in Death Stranding, yes.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's pretty hilarious. He provides
Is Conan O'Brien in it, or does Conan O'Brien play someone in it?
I'm not sure if they really acknowledge that. I mean, it's Conan, and it's
Okay.
very and I believe that was the otter suit mission. So it's Conan O'Brien giving you a suit that is basically like a big sleeping bag that lets you paddle in water, and they call it the otter suit. It's all extremely silly. So yeah, not on the level of Yakuza,
Yeah.
baby fetish mafia group zany, but it's pretty silly in a good way. What other nominees? Obviously, we both want 33 to win. That's the only one I played.
I've played Hades
Donkey
2.
Kong.
I've played Donkey Kong. I'm playing, actually, which reminds me, I got to jump on that because I believe I have to return that to the library next week. I've played Clair Obscur, Expedition 33. I've played Donkey Kong Bonanza, and I've played Hades 2. I don't know if I've said it on, I'm sure I've said it on the podcast before, but I've said it on social media or to anyone that will listen to me that Expedition 33 might be my favorite game I've ever played. I'm not saying it's a perfect game, but it's a game that I have not been gripped by any other game in memory as much as this one got me.
I'm always reluctant to give up the best I've ever played kind of thing. But as far as like turn-based RPGs go, that's got to be in the top 5 in the conversation now, right up there with like FF7, FF3, Chrono Trigger.
Yeah,
probably Sea of Stars now, and yeah,
that's the thing. Sea of Stars, I think both played. I think I told you about it last year, so I think I played it last year. When I played that game, I'm like, holy crap, this might be my favorite game I've ever played. So then for this to happen the next year, I'm like, I don't know what's either these games are really great or my grading scale is completely whack at this point.
No, they're both really great. I would say that Expedition 33 is a better game than Sea of Stars. That's probably
it is. It also has a lot more money behind it.
Yeah, for sure. But Sea of Stars was definitely great, but by the time that I was at the end of it, I was kind of like, all right, am I going to get anything more here? I got really tired of throwing that damn boomerang every single turn.
It was basic.
Moonshot or whatever. Yeah, it has room to grow, and I have no doubt that
and it did grow. We haven't played any of the DLC that
we
came
haven't
out.
even played. Yeah, but the next one is where I feel like they'll really perfect it. But I have very little to gripe about on Sea of Stars. I mean, you're talking about near perfection in both of them. But exactly what you said, Expedition 33, the story, the gameplay, everything,
the music,
the music, soundtrack I still listen to all the time. It's the first game in a while where I've like found myself thinking about playing it when not playing it.
Yep.
Where like during the workday, I'm like, oh god, I'm gonna kick some ass tonight on that day, like that part kind of thing.
I have a buddy who's playing through it for the first time now, and he's been texting me as he goes through it and stuff. And I believe today I think he's in the third act. He's getting ready he's exploring because he's not sure where the game ends, and he's like, I just want to explore some stuff, and then I'll go, to the final boss. And he's like, I've basically been spending all of my free time outside of work playing this game. He's like, I haven't done anything social. He's like, I've just been glued to this game. And I said, there's something kind of funny about you saying that because that's almost literally exactly what the game's about. Like you were living the game right now. Like, not to give anything else away from the game, but like that's essentially like not being able to pull yourself away from something you love is.
Yeah, it's such a great original story, original characters, everything.
I really hope, and there's no way that they're not going to, but I really hope they expand upon the world of Expedition 33. I'd either like a game exploring one of the other expeditions. I want an Expedition 60 game.
I mean, the whole idea of like the paintings and everything, I feel like there's so much you could do with that whole world.
Well, then the painters versus writers. You got that too. You could have an entire game from the writer's perspective.
That's true. True. Well, all right, so I think that's both of our games of the year easily, since we haven't played much other. Well, I mean, Hades 2 you played. Hollow
Hades
Knight
2,
Silk Song, I never played the first one, and I know the second one's supposed to be incredibly difficult, so I don't know if I'll
yes.
get to that or not.
If it wasn't for Expedition 33, um, I would say Hades 2 would probably end up getting it only, not only, but because of the greatness that Hades was.
Mm-hmm.
I think Hades 2 would probably take it if Expedition 33 didn't come out this year. It's a sad time for Silk Song and Hades 2. It's a sad time for all those other games to have come out this year when Expedition
Yeah,
33
well, that's
burst
one of
onto
those
the scene.
segments. Yeah, it gets overshadowed by what comes out around it, but what are you gonna do? I'd rather have more great games than less.
Oh, absolutely. Although, with the way life is going and not being able to play all of the great games, sometimes it'd be
Yeah,
nice if there
right.
were like two games that you need to play that came out in a year.
I will criticize Expedition 33, or maybe it's unfair of me, but you mentioned having a lot of money behind it. I mean, the production value in that game is insane. It's up for best debut indie game, and I know people got pissed when Dave the Diver was up for an indie game because it wasn't really an indie game. It had a huge, corporation behind it from Korea, but this is a French game, right?
Yes, I believe, and I'm gonna probably get this wrong, but I believe a lot of the money behind that game was like French grants
Oh yeah,
backed by
fair.
the
Yeah,
government and
yeah,
stuff. So it's still an indie game. It's just
yeah.
built on, but also the team that created Expedition 33 were former. A lot of them I think came from Ubisoft.
Mm.
So it's not
Oh,
like
that's
they
right. I
haven't
do remember
created
that.
games before.
Yeah.
They did create their own studio and they are independent, but it's
I don't have a problem with it because it's
oh
split
no, I don't
awards.
either.
I don't really care, but
I
it's
don't care about the awards
interesting.
if I'm being
Oh
honest.
no, it's just a place to watch commercials about new games coming out, isn't it?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I just it doesn't matter. Who cares? It's fun to talk about though.
So you had mentioned, and I'm just looking at it now, another category that sucks for a couple of the other games. Best debut indie game. You've got Expedition 33. You've got Blueprints, which I don't know if you ever ended up playing
I
that.
did not. I know everybody that did play it really liked it.
I would suggest trying that. It's something you can put 3 or 4 hours into. I mean, I think I've got 6 hours into it, and I'm not even close to finishing it. Dispatch, which I started playing last week, which I think is awesome, and then Despelote, I think it is. I've never
Mm.
heard of it. It looks
Mm-mm.
kind of fun. But another one like Dispatch or Blueprints, I feel like would have taken this category if not for Expedition 33. Like
It's
they're
wild
up
poking around in
for
here about how much I have not played.
yeah, it's a best independent game. Blueprints, Ball X Pit, which I heard is a super fun one.
It is fun. I played it on Game Pass for like an hour. I think I even mentioned it on here. It gets to the point, when you're later leveled vampire survivors, where
Yeah.
the entire screen kind of becomes something of a blur, and you almost get into like a trance-like state where it's
Yeah.
hard to even. Yeah, Ball X Pit got to that level very quickly for me.
Number go up and
Yeah, and it's just like, oh,
so
like,
friend of the show, I'm looking at best independent game right now, and
ah,
friend of the show Ian of Extra Napkins told
aw.
us about Absalom, which is a roguelike
Oh, this is the one he
side.
was just talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's up for best independent game of the year.
Yes, I
So
had
I
never
had
heard of
never heard
that prior to
anything
him
about it. Yeah.
mentioning it. Yeah.
But so that is Absalom, Ball X Pit, or probably Ball Cross Pit. I'm not really sure
Who
what it's
knows?
supposed to be. Blueprints, Expedition 33, Hades 2, and Hollow Knight Silk Song. So
Yeah, Hollow
kind
Knight
of funny
seems to
enough,
be covering a lot of categories
yeah,
here.
3 of the Game of the Years are also up for Best Independent Game. So it is kind of cool to see independent games,
As
you
it
know.
should be, man.
Yeah.
I love
Well,
seeing it.
if you think about it, all the EA, who I'm done with, and I've been done with for a while, they're not going to. I mean, you bought Battlefield 6, and you hated that you bought it. Like, they're.
I still hate that I bought it. I don't really even have a problem with the product itself. I've played it twice, and not for long either time. I had a perfectly good Battlefield at home. I had several, actually. And there was just absolutely no reason for me to buy it whatsoever.
You had
And
Battlefield Bad Company 2. You don't need any other Battlefield games after that.
That's strangely the one I never really played.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, I started with 2 and then went straight to 3. I never played any of the Bad Company series.
So here's a category, and it's something that I guess we could both say what we think. So it's most anticipated game.
I was hoping you were looking at that one. I was just
Yeah.
staring at that square. Yeah.
So there are 5 games up for this. I am
Run them down.
familiar with 4 of them. 007 First Light from IO Interactive. That's going to be... IO Interactive is the same team that did all the Hitman games.
Yep.
So this is going to be their take on a Bond game. I think I've seen gameplay footage maybe.
I did. It looks very cool.
It looks like a Hitman game.
Very Hitman. And it's very, you can stealth or you can do it this way. And either way, it's up to you kind of thing, which, it's all very Hitman, which is fine. Like,
no, I want that. I think that'd be really cool. I'm looking forward to that.
Add some Bond gadgets into that world, and I'm all for it,
So then we have, which this is going to be my last place one because I've realized that I have aged out of caring about it anymore, is Grand Theft Auto 6.
Never heard of it.
Yeah. I don't care anymore. I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm just...
I don't give a shit about any grand level of hype, and I think it's going to be awesome. And
I'm sure it will be.
I'm not too cool to like GTA games, but I'm not going to sit here and hold my breath for another 10 years. I don't really give that much of a shit. And I'm sure as hell not going to buy it when it comes out if it's $100 or $70 or anything. I'll wait for it to be $20. I've waited this long. I don't give a damn.
Especially since I only care. Yeah, I only care about the single player aspect of it. So I really don't care when...
That's not true. I would play online if my buddy Wyatt was there and we could like get into adventures together. But in GTA 5, playing with friends was like impossible, at least when it first came out.
It was okay. My cousin Matt and I played a lot of GTA 4 missions online. That was a lot of fun when they just had little missions you could do. We played some GTA 5 online probably within the middle years of it being around, and we just did some missions, but it would be like, okay, we're gonna set up this thing, we're gonna get the cops to chase up, and we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna get on an airplane, and we're gonna skydive down, and we're gonna do this, and we'd create like this movie, and we'd clip it, and we'd put it together. Like, we were just
awesome
nerd stuff,
having fun, yeah,
right. But anyway, Grand Theft Auto 6. I don't know, like.
You're talking about the sequel to a Xbox 360 game here.
Yeah. It spanned 3 generations.
Who gives a shit? It'll come when it comes. I don't care anymore. I'm sure it'll be amazing, but there's not a level of hype that it could possibly meet. Or it could never be as good as the level of hype that's been ascribed to it at this point. Everybody remember Switch 2? Does everybody remember that? That whole build up to the Switch 2 for years and how everybody was so goddamn excited. Well, it's been here since June, folks, and I don't give a shit. Do you?
I do.
I mean, yeah, but it's at the end of the day.
I know.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Well,
we got it.
Yeah,
cool.
got that now. There's been nothing life changing about it. I mean, yeah, Donkey Kong's cool, but.
It is. That's the system buyer for me.
Falling into hype at this point in my life is just not worth my effort. Unless it's, I get more excited about the FEX announcement from Valve than I do any new game announcement. That's like, okay, fun ways that games that I mean to get to and want to play, and now I have a new way to play them. Thank you, Valve. But what else is on here? Go ahead.
So we've got Marvel's Wolverine by Insomniac Games, which is the same studio that did the Spider-Man games.
Yeah, which is the same studio for those games that ripped off the Arkham series.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I think Insomniac also did Ratchet and Clank.
One of my favorite series of all time. No, you're right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that. I really enjoyed the Spider-Man games. It'd be fun to see.
I did. They were more presentation than game in some ways, in some places, and a bit simplistic as a result.
It was definitely a simplistic style game, but I think it captured.
You got to be fucking Spider-Man.
Yes.
And it made you feel like Spider-Man.
It felt like Spider-Man. It was a superhero game, and it let you feel like a superhero.
This game will be, you'll feel like you're raging like Wolverine and super powerful and just
cutting people to pieces.
Yeah, and you'll get your jollies off. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. I will play it, and I'm sure it'll be good.
Yeah, I will say I'm not going to buy any of these games when they first come out because I think I very rarely buy a game
Not
at
these
release
days.
anymore.
Yeah, and I did it. I was
You
victim to the
did?
hype in Battlefield because here's all my buddies. We're gonna play, and I'm like, yeah,
And how much have you played with them?
Feel like it 0.
So
We were
we
gonna
then
play.
moved.
We were gonna play once, and I got online, and it was on I think it was on a Monday night, and they weren't on Discord. They were using in-game chat, and they were on PlayStation, and I was on Xbox, and it was something to do with my settings with suck-ass EA's privacy
Uh,
policy that I could never even talk into my mic. It wouldn't register that I was talking, and 10 minutes of fudging with that. I'm like, all right, yeah, well, you guys have fun, and so that's how much Battlefield 6 I played with my friends from home.
ugh.
It's bad.
We then have Resident Evil Requiem. I think I've seen a
I
trailer
have
for
no
it.
idea what this is.
Yeah, obviously it's the new Resident Evil.
Is it?
Like
It's like a main entry.
I believe so. Yes.
They're not calling it
Um,
8, or
I
would it be
think
on
we
9?
would be at 9 or 10
9.
at this
Yeah.
point because I think Village was no Village was yeah Village was 8. I think. Yeah, it was because they stylized the title of Village that the IVV or the VII rather was
Oh,
or
right, because that wasn't
oh god, I'm
actually a
confused.
VR game, was it?
No, Biohazard 7 had a VR mode in
Oh
it.
yeah. See, I'm so out of touch with all this shit,
It's
man.
fine. But anyway, I think this is 9. I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
Someone can
Okay,
yell at
so it's a
me.
main entry Resident Evil. Got it.
Yes. And then The
And
Witcher 4, which I didn't even know was coming out at any point. But
well,
I
I
mean,
think
makes
we all
sense.
knew that it was coming at some
Yeah,
point.
I
But
just didn't know it
yeah,
was announced.
no, they did. I knew this because
No, I didn't.
it's a female protagonist.
Yeah, I,
It's not
I,
Gerald or Gerald. I
Geralt?
don't know. I've never played. I have a guy I worked with actually gifted me a steelbook copy of Witcher 3 on Xbox One, and I don't remember why. I
Thought you'd like
played
it.
like an hour of it, and I was like, "This is great." And then that was 10 years ago. Um, I've
Yes,
never really jumped into the series, and I think The Witcher 2 was actually one of the first titles I ever bought on Steam early on.
I have The Witcher 2, but I think I got it after I bought The Witcher 3, and I have to try Witcher 3 again because I think I put a couple hours into it and I was like,
Exactly the same.
I don't like, and it's an amazingly loved game. It won so many awards, and it's the games like that make me go, what's wrong with me? Same with Red Dead Redemption 2. I loved Red Dead Redemption. I played through that entire thing. I've tried, I think, 4 or 5 different times to play RDR2, and
Everybody bitched about the opening hours of RDR2,
I
which
get through that every time.
I thought
It's
that
fine.
was completely oversold. Honestly, the whole snow section, it wasn't that bad. They were just
No,
showing you who the characters are and setting up the entire story.
no, like I've gotten into the game, like doing missions, like going through it, and it's just like for whatever reason, at some point,
Does
I
it?
just
It's not
go,
clicking. Yeah,
I just don't care.
yeah, it's not
Like,
fun. Yeah, you can't force yourself, right?
yeah, and we're getting too old at this point, so it's like if I give myself
Yeah.
about 5 hours into a game, and especially a game that's 80 plus hours longer it can be, and I think 5 hours is a fair
Well,
time
that's
to
my
go. You know what?
problem.
Eh,
It's that I don't start them because it seems so large and daunting, and I know that I've got at least 4 or 5 hours of intro bullshit that I'm probably
yep.
going to have to get through before I can really get into the meat of it, and that just all seems like such a to do. And God, I'll just play Balatro. Um,
Oh man, that was on my bingo board for things that Nick will say during our podcast.
well, I've been trying to curtail my habit a bit and not give in to that easy launchable icon there, but it still pops up from time to time.
That you can play on anything, anywhere.
Oh, you know what I have been playing? Very
Oh,
much in the same vein that we've been talking about Ball X Pit and Balatro and stuff is
Clover Pit?
Clover Pit. Yeah. Is
That's
that
a
the
good
slot
guess.
machine thing?
Yeah.
Oh, so good. So good. Speaking of scratching the itch to gamble.
Yeah, I haven't tried that one yet. I
So
gotta.
I'll give you the setup, guys. So you're it's in like very Duke Nukem 3D graphical style. So throwback. You're first person. You wake up in a room, and you've got an ATM and a slot machine. And the ATM gives you money, which you then have to try and turn into more money in the slot machine. before the alarm goes off and the floor collapses beneath you and you die in a pit of spikes. And that's pretty much the whole game. And, quota keeps going up every time. And you have items that you can buy in the room to help you, uh, obviously, in the end, trying to get out of said room.
So is it
It's jump in,
like
jump
Luck
out.
Be a Landlord at all?
Yeah, a little bit.
Because that's
Yeah.
also
A slot
a same
machine.
kind of, yeah.
So basically, like, the items you get will be like, oh, this will turn all the diamonds into the special version, or they can now connect this way on the slot machine, and so on and so forth. Superpowers or slot cheats, or however you want to describe it. I
I will
highly
have to try
recommend
it.
that one for a jump in 20-minute session.
I think I have it even.
It's on Game Pass.
Yeah, okay. So I have
Yeah.
it.
And yeah, not a large download, or very, very good for, streaming as well, cloud-based, because not a lot to keep track of on the screen or anything like that. You're just pulling the arm on the slot machine.
Oh, I think that's all I've got to say about Game Awards. I don't know if there's anything else you
Yeah,
want,
I'll
any other
watch them with the
categories.
boy. I'll wait till, after they air, and then the kiddo and I'll scan through the YouTube broadcast and be able to just go from trailer to trailer, I imagine. That's all he cares about.
Oh, absolutely. I wanted to mention when I was talking about the Analog 3D. So it was also
Mm.
announced this morning, which it's the worst kept secret in the world. Everyone knew that they were going to release, just like Nintendo did with the N64, their fantastic colors. So the jungle greens, orange, purple,
Mm-hmm.
smoke, clear. So they
Yeah, that
announced
2000
today.
aesthetic.
Yeah, they announced today that they're going to be coming out with those. I believe pre-orders start Wednesday morning. Actually, probably about the time you're listening to this, they will be up for pre-order 8 p.m. or 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern time. They're going to be $300 a piece, which I
Ugh.
believe the 3D when it first went up for pre-order, I think was $249. So they're adding another $50 on top of that.
Ooh, just for
Yeah.
a translucent colorway.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I can see it. Do you feel
I
like,
think
as someone
it's
that pre-ordered
30.
it 6 months
Yeah.
ago or whatever for this initial launch, do you feel like you're getting boned that a week later they announced all new colors?
I think it's $30 more because the second release that they had because of tariffs and stuff. So Analog said when people locked their prices in back last October that
Mm-hmm.
even with the tariffs and stuff, the price you paid is the price you paid. We're not going to charge you any more for it. But then when they released the second wave, I think it was an extra $20 on top of it. So I think it was $269. So technically it's $30 more than what they say the going price is for
Mm.
the 3D. But yeah, it was gonna happen. They do this with just about everything. The Analog Pocket, they had white and black, and then they released a shit ton of different colors.
Yeah.
I bought a pink one myself. I think those were $10 more than the original one, so it really wasn't that much more.
Yeah, I
But
remember when it was like, here's another wave, and there's another wave kind of
yeah,
thing. That's
and I
how they
think
would
the
release
Pocket
things.
might be sold out at this point. They will definitely make more of the Pockets.
I thought the Pocket was just a forever item. I didn't know that they ever really
I was
stopped selling
looking.
it, but I'm not familiar enough to comment, I guess.
Yeah. So the nice thing about the Pocket, and I know we already had our analog discussion, but they have adapters. So not only can you play Game Boy, I believe Game Boy Color, maybe Game Boy Advance, you can get the adapters to play TurboGrafx and Game Gear games, which is kind of cool if you own all of those games for those systems. It's kind
Hmm.
of nice to have one handheld to be able to screw around with them.
Oh,
Actually,
you can emulate on
oh yeah, and
Pocket
you
just
can
fine.
also
You just
there are
load
cores.
up
You
some
can literally
cores and
yes,
yeah.
you can emulate most of what you'd want to play.
I
But
think
if you have your
EverDrives will work on all their stuff too, right?
yes, they didn't work on the 3D until about a week after it came out. I think just based off architecture and stuff.
Okay.
The summer carts actually worked right off the bat, which is kind of cool. The open source version, but the EverDrives
The ones
there
that
needed
cost
to be an
$200
update.
needed a
Yeah,
patch.
which is kind of
Yeah.
funny.
Oh,
But
I'm
yeah,
sure there's probably something proprietary that locks
oh
them in
yeah,
some way or something like that.
but yeah, so that was just something I just wanted to point out is that the worst kept secret, the fantastic colors are also coming out on Wednesday. I think that's really we've hit everything we
Takes
wanted
us
to hit.
into Backlog Buster Brothers that we didn't really do, so we can say
You just gave it away.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll let you pause for a commercial break real quick while I pee before our Backlog Busters outro.
Time to put the presents under the tree. Oh no, that tree looks like a limp dick. And look at these decorations, they look like crap. I wish there was a place where jerks like this could get decent Christmas shit. Don't worry, Santa. Now there's Winter Wonderland. It's in the northeast corner of the IKEA parking lot in Paramus, New Jersey. Trees? You bet your ass we got trees. I cut down a whole fucking rainforest. Norwegian Thor pines, Alaskan Viking pines, Douglas firs, Siberian dwarf pines. This guy, I don't know what the fuck he is. Ornaments look great on a tree. You know what you're gonna need on that tree? Ornaments. Santa on a surfboard. Santa riding a bike. Santa in an arm wrestling match with a bear. Santa trying discreetly to breastfeed his baby at a Starbucks. And Santa at home. I even got one of these, Miss Sugar, Miss Fucker, bring the kids down. But don't let them touch nothing. This shit costs money. They break it, you bought it. I ain't fucking around.
Woo-wee! Thanks for dealing with me, folks. I feel so much better now. Thanks for waiting, Mr. Wyatt.
Hey, no problem. I was just looking at our podcast email, and we have an appointment set up with Contours LLC out of Franklin, Tennessee.
Who's that?
No idea.
Oh, cool.
I mean,
I
it's
look forward
obviously
to
just a spam. Probably they got our email address from whatever, but I have no idea. But hey,
I do have no listed contact information on the website that we haven't updated whatsoever. So,
well, who knows? From 12:30 to 1 o'clock your time, we've got a meeting with Contours LLC.
Okay, I look forward to it. See how they will ask us to give them money to help us.
I thought they were going to give us money because they thought we were so cool.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's do a quick live look.
Oh boy, I don't like where this is going.
What do you?
What do I think Contours is?
Yeah, what do you think Contours LLC is?
Spanx. Is it?
I mean, you're not super far off.
Is it girdles?
Oh, sorry. Contours LLC is a non-invasive targeted fat loss program.
Hey! Oh, dude, I think our audience...
They heard us talking about our Thanksgiving stuff last week.
Our audience could benefit from this. Yep. Come on, non-invasive fat loss. We're all about the food. Let's go.
I think they are reaching out to us to be they want to sponsor us.
I love this. I will sell that product.
I was going to say, part of me really wants to take this meeting tomorrow that was just made with... all right. Sorry, everybody. So how about we get Backlog Buster Bros.
Not going in the show. We got another thing.
Oh no, I know it's going in the show. That's why I'm apologizing. They have a lot of great reviews from the Better Business Bureau, so apparently they're a legit company. They've got 4.8 stars.
There you go. Isn't the Better Business Bureau though like pay to play?
Oh yeah, 100% is. Yeah. But you know what's not? Yelp. Yelp is you can trust Yelp.
Oh,
and they've got
for sure
5 stars with 1 review.
Yeah, the guys that break your legs and offer to sell you crutches. No, so we don't really have a Backlog Buster Brothers to get into because
we kind of do a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we both decided that we were going to, we were going to play Marvel Cosmic Invasion together. 1, because I thought we were recording on a Monday, and I thought we'd have an entire week to get some stuff done. 2, I forgot that I was going to be gone for 3 of the days that we were...
Oh yeah, well, it should be noted that you really did enter it with the best of intentions because you said, "Oh, we'll play Thursday night." And I said, "Yeah, okay, yeah, I can make that work." And then it's Thursday afternoon. You're like, yeah. By the way, forgot
Thursday's my anniversary.
Being my anniversary and going out of town for the next few days. I think you have a reasonable excuse.
But I played the first stage by myself, and I believe you said you get a chance to play a few stages last night.
The missus went up to bed last night after we were watching, Sunday evening shows, and I figured, yeah, what the hell, I will fire it up, and I actually sucked me in more than I went in intended to play. I'd play a level or two, and ended up playing 4, and a couple of times replayed a level. So for anybody that doesn't know, it's a side-scrolling beat 'em up, a la X-Men, The Simpsons, more recent games like Streets of Rage 4, Shredder's Revenge,
which is the
etc.,
same team
etc.
that did Shredder's Revenge.
Oh, and it shows then,
Yeah.
because it feels excellent. The big kind of thing in this one is it's 4 players, but each player controls 2 superheroes in a tag team. So it's kind of like a Marvel meets Capcom meets Streets of Rage 4 or Shredder's Revenge kind of thing. And each set of characters, there are each level has challenges that are built for certain characters.
Yeah.
So if you look at the 3rd level, it'll say try this one with Storm and Wolverine, because if you can do her attack on this guy and his Berserker Rage to kill 20 enemies, you knocked out the achievements for that level, so on and so forth. So I'm not really into it yet. I'm not sure how long it actually is, but loving what I've played so far.
I think it's fairly short. I was reading a review for it, and that was
I
one
haven't even done
complaint.
that yet.
Yeah, there was one complaint. I think that someone said it was shorter than they were hoping, but there's side scroller beat 'em ups.
It's about replaying. Yeah, it's about
exactly
combo maxing and challenges and all that stuff. And there are RPG light elements. When you beat a level with certain characters, either your HP or your focus can be increased. And then as you continue to level up, there's I think new combos and moves even later on.
Which is just like Shredder's Revenge. It's same exact idea.
So it's been a minute since I played Shredder's Revenge, but there's your basic attack button. Then you have a either dodge, block, or parry button.
Yep.
A super for each character, but then there's also in this one a versus what would be just normally like a fierce attack with Y. This one's actually a individual superpower, usually a projectile for each character. So like Storm will throw a tornado, or
Spider-Man throws webs.
Yeah, so on and so forth. But I thought that played really well into just making the characters feel and play a little different, and they play very differently.
That is one thing. Awesome. Yes. Yep. Who did you play as? I only played one level, so I only played with 2 different people.
I did Spider-Man, Captain America, Wolverine, Storm, Black Panther, and you have to help me out with homie that has the helmet and shoots beams and wears a cape, and I don't know his name. It's not Captain Marvel. I can't remember.
I'm thinking of Cyclops, but
I'm not thinking of Cyclops. Yeah. Cosmic Invasion characters.
Jeez. I was thinking you were going to say Beta Ray Bill, but that's definitely not who you're talking about.
No, not Beta Ray Bill. He's the version of Thor that looks like a dinosaur, right? Yeah. I am talking about
Rocket Raccoon?
Nova.
Oh, yeah, Nova, okay. Yeah, Nova is, who the hell is Nova?
Richard Rider, who fans are still waiting to see in the MCU.
Yeah, there you go.
His special attack that increases Nova Beam's damage for a short time. That's his passive. Oh, and I played as Rocket Raccoon, too.
Yeah, how was that? That was a character I was interested in seeing.
It's a lot of fun. So, yeah, very, quick and very projectile-oriented. But then you compare that to someone like She-Hulk, who's just like a tank through and through, slow, clunky wrestler, kind of Hagar. Yeah. Iron Man is a little stiffer compared to someone like Captain America. Wolverine's obviously very like schnickty schneid, to use the J-ism there. Super fast, berserker rage everywhere. But they all feel distinct in a really good way. They're not just generic repaints of each other with a different super kind of thing.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm hoping maybe sometime this week we actually can do a little bit of co-op. I'd love to find 1 or 2 other people to join us. I mean, I guess we could always join a public lobby.
I think we need to start being adults about this. If we can schedule something on the calendar and say, look, we have it Wednesday at 9, we're going to be here. join us if you want to come, but we'll be there. That's what we have to do.
I know. It'll be easy. Like I said,
You're the
before
one
we
with
started
15
recording.
lives.
That's what I'm saying is
Yeah.
once starting next week, I'm off work for almost a month, so I can actually start doing some stuff.
I think if we can get a couple Christmas holiday break gaming sessions in, that would be great. Even better, we could try doing them live or something. If there would be so much or such demand, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean the only demand's probably us, but can't hurt to do it anyway.
Yeah.
Yes.
I demand Wyatt time. I think we're going pretty. This is a chunky episode, isn't it? I didn't start my stopwatch.
We are sitting at about hour 20. We're
okay.
we're in the
Not
pocket.
too bad.
We're good to start wrapping up.
But I think you didn't get to your movie assignment.
Nope, I did
because
not
of your...
watch Frankenstein because I thought there was more time in between us recording episodes.
Well,
so
I'll tell you this.
Watch that.
I'll tell you what. Put that still on your back burner. You know the basic story. You know the beats that's going to go through. You will watch it eventually. So we'll talk about it when you watch it. It doesn't have to be the next thing you watch. I'd love you to watch The Roses, which I just saw. If you'd like something a little more, light comedy type stuff. Well, dark.
I assume that one's not like 2 hours and 40 minutes.
It is not, and much more couple watch friendly, I would imagine as well.
Yeah, I'm happy to.
You'd enjoy it, I think.
Who is Jay Roach? Okay, that name sounds familiar. Yeah, the guy that did Meet the Fockers, Austin Power, Meet the Parents.
Oh God, he's been around forever.
The Campaign, Trumbo.
Wow.
Yeah, he's done a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess so you assigned me The Roses, which
I'm just saying, yeah.
Right.
Well,
we gotta stay with this. We started doing it Backlog Buster Brothers. There's been a couple weeks that we've boned it. This time I boned it.
It's the holidays.
It is. But so you said you were playing, I think maybe when we started recording, you were playing Cyberpunk 2076. I can't remember what
I have. It's it's like the thing for this type of list. It's the game that I have like 6 hours into, and I swear I'm going to get back to it one day, and I'm really enjoying it, and now it's still just sitting there. Because when I bought it was broken, you see?
Yes.
And then 2 years later when I picked it up, it was great and a totally different game. But, other new things come along, and unfortunately it falls to the wayside.
All right, well, if you've already started it, I'm going to toss that back your way to
play some
back
Cyberpunk?
into.
Oh,
yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay, well, then I can still play Cosmic Invasion with my buddy Wyatt, and that can be my my new journey of solo game to finish that I've always intended to. So thank you.
Yeah, there we go. I don't think we've got too much else. I think for once, usually to give you guys a peek behind the curtains here, the past few weeks, Nick and I have tried being more responsible hosts and actually taking some notes about things that we want to talk about to maybe make things move a little bit more
slightly less dead air and but
I think we nailed just about every single thing for the first time that we wanted to talk about.
Hell yeah.
There's one thing that you didn't talk about, and we can talk about it next week, which is fine, because it'll give me a chance to kind of poke at it too.
Yeah,
but
and I can catch up, so we'll keep that on the side.
We hit it all. So I guess we don't have it yet. Actually, one thing, we do have a website now. There's nothing on it. Yeah. But we finally do have a website.
You can see it.
Yeah. I believe we had to get a different domain than what we wanted, and we don't have to get into that whole saga, but apparently there was a whole issue with it. But we don't have it yet.com. We're up and I wouldn't say running, but we are up.
It's a live website.
It's a lot. You can see it.
I think it just says Wyatt makes good cookies.
Yeah. So if you want to go ahead and create an account and like that post and tell everyone that I make good cookies.
There's no accounts to create here. No, we're not anywhere near that far yet.
No, we definitely are. So go in and create it. No. But yeah, so we do have a website. Hopefully, like I said, with me having some more time towards the end of the year, we can start building that out a little bit. The whole idea was it would give both of us a space to expound on some of the things we've talked about. Nick and I both have writing backgrounds. We both would like to do some more writing. Yeah. So it would just be an easy place to do that, to put any links out there.
It's just a place, well, maybe we should start this week of getting show notes together and actually posting something. That's a great kick in the ass to do so. But it will also just serve as a space for me to basically write about things that I don't have any other place to do so, and I might feel about ranting about a certain topic.
Yeah, and I have a feeling that we might start a page for our weekly chumps of the week. I think they need a place to live.
That's a needed thing to do for sure.
Although I might have to, I'm not sure any full names or actual like people I've called out, but I may have to. I don't want to dox anyone, so I might just.
You don't want people actually getting pubes in their omelets.
I mean, that's the whole point of Chump of the Week.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyway, we don't have it yet. I am Wyatt. That is Nick.
We don't have it yet.
See you, everyone. Have a great week.